So, you see, very, very beautiful answers. Unfortunately, my buddhi is not that high as to remember them all now. But some of them are so intelligent you will find. Krishna Prem, Swami Krishna Prem comes. He was known as Ronald Dixon, an excellent sadhu of the highest order. He was somewhere in Almoda side, a place called Mirtola. He came from there. He was a bomb pilot in the First World War. Subsequently, he was a professor in the Lucknow University, the wife of the Vice Chancellor University of Ahmedabad, a very high soul. He was his guru. He came to Bhagavan. He was a Vaishnava saint. They believe in Vasishta Guha that the world is as real as everything. Like that. And they believe in Sadhana Sakara, all these things. There is a form, God in form. So, but he was highly influenced by Bhagavan's teachings. And he spent a day or two. He was well known to make a chariot. He was with him. And one day he asked Bhagavan, in our Gita we say, and that in our Vaishnava culture also we believe in it. It is good to look that everybody is Lord Narayana. He is Narayana, he is Narayana, there is nobody but Narayana. There will be patient Narayana, there will be doctor Narayana, there will be engineer Narayana. Look here, if everybody is Bhagavan, how is it that you alone are the only slave for all the people? You are also the same Vasudeva. Then when you become Bhagavan, what will come there with the others? That's all over, your job is over. So, he quipped and turned it into Advaita finally. Just with a twist of the tongue. That's all. So this is what is called the Subuddhi of the Buddhi. It comes automatically. Sahankaro navankriti. Even though it will look sometimes that they are also full of ego. Mansur, the great Sufi saint, who was sacrificed because he said Analhat. Analhat means I am that supreme being. Aham Brahmasmi is a translation of it. It was against the tenet of Quran. Nobody, no mortal can ever say that I am equal to the Lord or I am superior to the Lord. And if anybody says, the Quran says, cut off his head, behead him. So wherever he went as a boy, it was coming to him naturally. So wherever he went, he used to tell, Analhat, I am that supreme being. The Gurus are afraid because if this chap, the king will take me also and he will behead me. So he said, Baba, get out, I will tell you something, you get out, don't remain in my premises. And some good old saints, they told him, look here, Bhai, whatever you say is true, I agree, but don't tell it loudly, don't tell it at all, you retract your words, you give a public notice that you have retracted what all you say. So many ministers, they tell something today and tomorrow they give a statement saying, denying all the statements. The same thing they said. You deny and you give a statement. Mansur says, if I were talking, I could stop. But I never talk. I didn't talk. Something else is talking through me. It is the infinite which is talking through me. How can you stop it? So I am not the doer. I am not the speaker. So there is no I. Still when you are telling, I am the Brahman, you think there is an I. But this I is not the small I. It is not the individual I which talks to this body. When he says I, he means that entire, that universal being, that supreme being. Lord Krishna as an avatar has come as a martyr. Then he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja hamtva sarva papibhya. You leave all your virtues, all your sins, you leave everything, you leave all your duties. Come to me, surrender yourself wholesale. Well, I shall save you. I shall redeem you from all your sins. So when he says I, he doesn't mean that body of Krishna. he speaks of that universal being which talks there through that body. So similarly it is the big I, an I which comprises the universals known and unknown, the only I, the only reality which remains as existence, that I. So he has got that ahankara or that I is not that small I which is identifying myself with this body, with this beard and moustache. No. It is the I which identifies itself with every reptile, with everything, with every chip of this block, with the wall, with the trees, with the flowers, with the stars, with the moons. It is that I. So, Swahankara, he is one with the ego, but it is the big ego, the ego of that universal being. Nirahankriti, he doesn't have any ego caused by the identification with the body-mind complex. It is not that. Nirahankriti, the man without the ego in the normal sense. When you say ego, you mean that identification with this body which says, when I mean this body only. So it is no longer there with him. The individual has long ago melted and gone. The individual does not exist. You may see a body, there is no body in the spirit of a liberated soul. It has long ago melted and united with the Supreme. We go to the next. Na sukhi, na chava dukhi, na virakto, na sangavani, na mukruhu, na mumukshuhu, na va muktaha, na kinchin, na chakinchana. He is not unhappy. He is not happy. Neither he exults and jumps with joy on getting some good news, nor does he go into the doldrums of depression on hearing something bad. So the pendulum has stopped in the middle. It neither goes to this extreme of joy nor to this other extreme of pain or sorrow. Neither pleasure nor sorrow. There is a great saint, name was Swami Maharaj. In 1949 he died at the age of 149. He was popularly known as Nepali Baba. He lived in Nepal. His disciple is still living, a great saint, known as Trichy Swamigal in Bangalore, in Rajeshwari Nagar. So the Shupuri Baba, somebody went and asked him, "Sir, is a liberated soul, does he have unhappiness? Does he have sorrows?" He said, "Look here, there are two things. Having sorrows, feeling sorrow, there are two things. They are different." He says he does get sorrows. Yeah, Buddha, when he walks on the road, a thorn may go into him and he may feel the pain. But he is not unhappy. All the causes for unhappiness are present. It is not that the causes for unhappiness are never come to him. He does get all the things where any other man would have been jumping with pain. But he doesn't do that. Bhagavan Ramana used to go barefoot through the inner path, going around the mountain. There is an inner path, which is nowadays is much better. Previously it is full of thorns. Even when I went, it was full of thorns a year back. And Bhagavan was going and done some big thorns stuck to him. And with that he was going, he just realized he was going, that's all. Then the people who are following him began to run. Bhagavan, Bhagavan, 1 minute, let me take out that. Bhagavan showed his foot. He asked him, "Are you going to remove the fresh one or the old one?" When he found there were 200 thorns which were embedded in the past so many months, and they have all formed a soul, a complete soul of thorns. Which one was it? So, the cause for sorrow was there, but they were never sorry. The cause for unhappiness was there, they were never unhappy. Bhagavan was suffering from such a serious sarcoma or carcinoma, whatever you may call it, the skin cancer. But he was never unhappy. And you and I, when you get a cold for 3 days, well, you go on weeping. Oh, I don't know, I have never had a cold in my life. This is the first time. So we feel so bad about it. See, there is a young chap. A young chap was about 35 years old. He went to a great saint. This boy, he was having a big towel which had bound around the head, like a headgear. A long dhoti he had taken, that cloth he had bound. He went and asked for certain clarification of doubts on the spiritual sadhana. That Mahatma, that saint, answered it all. That saint's name was Hazan. He was a Sufi saint of a high order. He was a contemporary of Arabia. Hazan asked him, "Hey, what's the matter? Why are you having such a big cloth wound around your head?" He said, "Madam, in my lifetime I never had a headache. From morning onwards I have a splitting headache. So I am just winding it so that that pressure gives me a little pleasure. Rather, there is a slight amelioration." Hazan took him to task. "Hey, you are 35 years old. The God never gave you 1 day of unrest. He had never given you 1 day of headache. In 35 to 365 days, today He has given you for a couple of hours. Do you want to advertise the world that God has given me headache? God has given me a headache, take it off." She said, "Yes." So, na sukhi, na chava dukhi. A liberated person, you can neither call him happy nor you can call him unhappy. All the causes for happiness could be there, all the causes for unhappiness could be there. Tomorrow somebody may say, "Sir, the President of the United States has invited you to the White House and he is giving you a special helicopter to be flown, so you can go along with any number of your disciples." "Sir, I am your first disciple." So somebody is telling, "You doesn't exert with joy." You went, "Oh, come on, have the passport, what is happening to this visa?" He will go into action. You will find his action plan in play, that Jivan Mukta. But not so. The real Jivan Mukta, he doesn't bother. He is not bothered even if he is to go to Vaikuntha or to the Lord Shiva's abode in Kailas. It doesn't matter at all. That is it. And secondly, how does he do it? All pain and pleasure, all happiness and unhappiness, these are all modes of your mind. Manasani nate vibho. He has already told, Sukha, Dukkha, they are all your mental play. There is nothing called sorrow, there is nothing called unhappiness. These are all certain modes which were inherited from the past. These are tendencies inherited from the past. Liking, disliking, wherever you like you exult with joy, and wherever you dislike you show your unhappiness. That's all. There is nothing in a particular, no thing, no man, no object can ever give you happiness or unhappiness. It is not in their power at all. There was a chap who went on a pilgrimage along with a Brahmachari, a celibate. He went along with a group of 10 Swamijis from Rishikesh to Kedarnath and beyond. And he was wearing a very beautiful ring, a golden ring donated obviously by a devotee. And when they were going that en route, there was a beautiful hot spring where they took their bath. It was the winter season now. So when he took his bath and when they came out and they were going further, after about a kilometer he found that the ring was not there, it had fallen in the waters. He was shocked, costing 10,000 rupees and lost. He's a spiritual apprentice. So he told the other people, you please continue. I'm just coming, I'll go back and I'll find out whether you could get it back and come to you. He went there and he searched and in his dismay, he couldn't find back the ring. He was completely bowed out. He was coming back, crestfallen, in a mood of melancholy. And suddenly while coming, he saw something big gleaming on the road. He just took it out. It looked like an uncut diamond. He was very happy. Oh, I lost only gold and I got a big diamond. He was happy, but he was not very sure. He took it, ran and caught up with that original troop of people. The moment he went there, he found the best of the people. There is an officer who had retired and turned into a monk. He said he'd be the best person to advise. He goes to him, sir, what do you think it is like? He said, oh, where is the diamond? It's diamond. It's a pure diamond, uncut. She was now happy, he said 2 or 3 more, all confirmed. Now, you see, the moment he lost it, he got unhappiness. The moment he gets this, he gets happiness. Now again, see, there was no shop, no goldsmith shop there. So after a month's stay, when these people returned, the moment they came back to the base, the Rishikesh, he rushed to the shop of a goldsmith and told him, hey, find out how much will it cost mine. That fellow made some test and said, what? It costs is not even a penny worth. It's an ordinary stone, just gleaming like and nothing. What are you talking? He took it a second goldsmith. He didn't need to even take it in the hand. He said, oh, take it away. It's only a stone, ordinary stone. Like. So again, he was unhappy. So if this diamond stone was to give him happiness, then it should continue to give him happiness. Why should it now give him unhappiness? So both happiness and unhappiness were states of their mind. So there is no object in the world which can give you that happiness or that unhappiness. Your son comes back after 25 years in the States for the first time. You go and stand with the garland with a special permit to be inside the airport. The moment he gets down, you go, hug him, put the garland, hug him, feel up, become one with him. Oh, my son, 20 years, what a long time. Oh, so such a love. Came back, they were in the same house. And after about 10 or 15 days, over a cup of tea, there was a big altercation between the father and the son as to whether Congress was better or BJP was better. So both were on the opposite sides. The father said, you are a useless fellow, I will never talk with you. He said, you are a useless father, I will never talk with you. That's all over. Whereas that pleasure which he was giving, oh my son, where has it gone? So it was not in the son, it was in your mind. Manasani nate vidho, they are all mental. That's all. So when the man has got no mind, when that Jivan Mukta, where it's a question of exulting with joy or going into the blues with depression, neither arises. So we'll continue with it tomorrow. This will stop.